Welcome everybody to Breakfast Steaks. I'm back. Uh Monday. I kind of back, I think. I don't know, man. I felt like a zombie or something like that. Like I felt like I was dead all last week because like I barely texted you guys. I barely did anything. Um on Monday morning, once we were done with our show. By the way,
Yep.
my name is Ed, also known as the Deadhead. With me, my good friend Donnie, the mayor.
Good morning.
Uh we're this show we talk about anything and everything, all Carolina sports, right? South and North Carolina. We're going to talk about it, all of that today. College football playoffs. It's really what's on our mind right now because there was some crazy stuff going on yesterday in the college football playoff bracket that dropped at noon, right as the NFL was about to start the games. Which, by the way, kind of makes me feel like they did this on purpose, right? You know, like to take away from the NFL, which is kind of hilarious in my opinion. Um,
It's like two kids fighting. Like
I know, right?
little brother's gonna be like, I'm gonna show you today.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be the talk of that. Which, by the way, they were the talk. I mean,
Yep.
because some of these games yesterday in the NFL were actually boring as all hell, and some of them were actually pretty good. Um, but we'll get into that here in a minute. But guys, I just wanted to go over what happened. So Monday morning, um, I get done with my show with you, right? We get done and everything. I go and I get ready. Got my daughter ready, my wife is ready and everything. Like take my wife leaves for work. I take my daughter to school. I pick up my new glasses because I'm old, okay, Donnie.
Not as old as me, but you're getting there.
Yeah, but I'm getting there, right? So like I had to get a new prescription. So I've been, I needed them, right? I was doing one of what you do, looking into the computer, you know what I mean? So I had to get one. So
Oh, you
do
should have
that.
seen me trying to order at Zaxby's yesterday and read the menu without any kind of glasses.
Oh,
I
brother,
mean, come on. But anyway, go ahead. I
the
interrupted you.
struggle is real. The struggle is real. And so I hit to the airport. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, right? At that point. Mind you, the weekend before was Thanksgiving. My daughter was sick, right? So that should have been right there on the spot. Should have been warning number one.
Yep.
It wasn't for me. I did not think about it. So I go to the airport. I'm feeling great. I get to Orlando, Florida, and we were in Disney. Okay, so for my job that I do, my actual real job in the world, we had our national conference. So we go, and then it was fine. No big deal, right? Here's the problem. One of the people that was there, because it's like people from all over the U.S., right? People from all over the U.S. They come and they meet here. We have our national conference. This one person, I think he hocked up his long
Mm.
there the whole time. I mean, it was on our table that we had. Like I was like, come on, bro.
I've been
Right?
there, done that myself.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, no big deal. So lots of liquid for Ed, lots of liquid. And so that happened. So I go to bed. I go to bed early that day. I was like, bro, I am exhausted from traveling. It was a direct flight, which was an easy flight from here Raleigh to Orlando. But I go to bed early. I was supposed to wake up my usual time, which is 4:30 in the morning, to go work out. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. It did not do that. Instead, he decided to rest because he had the whole bed to himself. It was, but I was, when you're in a hotel and you are just not comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All night.
Mm.
And on top of that, this damn fan in my bathroom, hotel room, kept going off.
Oof.
Loud as, pardon my language, loud as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so I had to deal with that.
Yep.
So good morning, Mr. Phil. How are you, my
Phil?
friend? To everyone except Crybaby Notre Dame. We'll get into that. So by the way, Tuesday, guess where I was at? Epcot Center.
Yeah, we saw that when Eric was like, "Oh, which one's Epcot?" It's like you were doing a human version of the spaceship Earth right there. That was a good picture, though, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It was funny, right? Epcot Center, it was great. because it was amazing. I haven't been to Disney, like an actual one of the Disney parks, in well over 30 years.
Man.
Exactly. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's been that long. Have fun and everything. The next day, whatever, we traveled back. That's when the problem started, Donnie.
Really?
That Wednesday, biggest migraine in the world. First of all, also one, I thought I warning number one kicked in. Then that dude hawking, I was like, "Yep, here I go. I'm getting sick." Right, migraine like no one's business. Also, on top of that, I'm getting used to the new prescription on glasses, so that did not make it fun. And then I had shivers at the airport. I was at the plane, and we were trying to leave early. I ended up leaving super late because of my scheduled flight. My flight did not leave till after 8 o'clock, but
Mm.
we were at the airport from noon until then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was traveling with other people, right?
Right.
And so
And there's some airports that's not a problem. Orlando Airport, there's nothing to do there really. It's not like Atlanta or Chicago. You can kill a good 8 hours in Atlanta, Chicago,
not in Orlando,
Dallas, San Francisco, not in Orlando.
not Orlando. There was a food court, and that was it. And then my corporate card wasn't working, so I spent an hour trying to figure this out with AI, who did not want to let me go. And I was like, I need to talk to a real human. Regretted that part because, anyways, I get home, and by the time I got home, I had already a fever.
And that's when
103.
you know it's like it's too late. Like it's already gotten started and
It's
it's like,
over.
yeah. Now
It's over.
that's when Rhonda hates when I get to that point because I self-medicate with the entire over-the-counter aisle. Yeah, you start like, okay, every 4 hours you can take this. All right, well, I'm gonna take this, and then 2 hours from now I'm gonna take this other one, and I'm gonna start rotating. Every 2 hours I'm gonna take two different things.
So I did that. I did the Dayquil Nyquil combo.
Yeah.
I did Advil. I did this Advil pain relief for my back because my lower back was killing me. On top of that, I did the nasal spray so I can able to breathe when I'm sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I did all of that, and on top of that, I've been drinking water like it's going out of style.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like it was bad weekend.
I would sit there at night sometimes if I got bad like that, and I would take a dose of NyQuil while I'm heating up a hot cup of Theraflu. And I'd sit there and sip on the Theraflu while that NyQuil's going down. I was like, I'm just going to attack this thing with everything I can. As Jim Harbaugh says, with enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
Exactly, just like that. But dude, I slept all day. It's Thursday. I was supposed to be working. I told my boss, and my boss was like, "You sound like you died." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
pretty close. That's
Yep.
that's a accurate, description. So I slept all day on Friday and Saturday, Thursday, Friday.
Did you tell him which guy at the conference to blame it on, by the way? Or did
we
he
did.
know?
So my coworkers and I were talking. My teammates were like, we have one person to blame and one person only.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, boom, they named him right off the bat. There was no hesitation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that happened. So Thursday was supposed to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Ed was not being able to talk. Ed was coughing up a lung, so much so that I coughed so much I pulled my back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was funny that you said that yesterday. Yesterday was something different. But when you sent that last week that you were coughing, you sent.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing though. Like yesterday, I said, like, "Hey, guy, I pulled my back." Like I was like, I got the heating pad back here on the floor. I was just put it on my back. I'm doing a cold heat thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I'm having this dry cough, which hurts my chest.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be careful with it so I don't pull my back because I automatically want to you know what I mean?
Yep.
It hasn't been a good week for Ed. So hopefully today we'll go into a new
me.
There
we go.
There you go. Look at you.
Yeah, I was like, let me get up a little closer here. I just realized I'm like
closer, baby. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a personal conversation. You and
my
me.
camera was like on a different percentage here. I'm like, why am I so far away?
How was your weekend, though, my friend? How was your weekend?
Mine was fine. We went to see the Harlem Globetrotters Friday night, which was fantastic.
Saw that.
I know. Last time I saw them at the old Carolina Coliseum, I was probably a teenager, maybe high school or early high school, 13, 14-ish, maybe somewhere around that. back with, the classic guys, the Curly Neal, the Meadowlark Lemon, Sweet Lou Dunbar. And so I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I knew it was a whole different crop of guys, a lot younger kids playing and stuff. And I was like, okay, let's see how good it is. And it was fantastic. You've got so Sweet Lou Dunbar is still involved with the team. He started as a player in '77, so I saw him play with those guys back then, and he was there and on the bench with the guys because his son Sweet Lou too is one of the main attractions. He's the one.
Yeah.
I mean, you grow up with your dad being Lou Dunbar, and like you're going to learn all that shit as a kid. He probably was spinning balls when he was 3 years old on his fingers and stuff. And dude had one where it was spinning, and he had his finger the ball was sideways, and he's walking around in a circle. It's like he's not doing this. He's got it like this. He's spinning around, and just the physical, the nature of physics, it stayed on his finger as he spun around. I mean, okay, all right, y'all got some stuff going on here.
Like my dude's killing life right now.
And so the funny thing is, Thunder is like the MC kind of player. He's the one that does a lot of the talking and stuff. He's kind of like the new Meadowlark Lemon, and so he kind of does all the stuff. He's the one that walks up into the crowd while the game's just going on. It was fun, and he's number 23. So this is what's funny is like when I first started playing fantasy football like 18 years ago, I named my team like Carolina Thunder, and all the people in that fantasy league for the last 18 years, they just refer to me as Thunder. We refer to everybody. That's like Top Gun. You get a tag.
Yeah.
So I've always been Thunder. When I started it, we were doing ESPN and Yahoo. So I have a Yahoo email that's Thunder23.
That's hilarious.
Number. I just like, oh man, this is so cool. This guy's Thunder23. It was fantastic. I got to meet Sweet Lou Dunbar. I got down there and got a picture with him. Got a picture with Thunder at the end of the game. In fact, I was wearing my DHC Sports Show hoodie, and when I went down there to take the picture with him and everything, I was like, telling him. I started pointing. Look, I said because he said something during the show about he watches a lot of YouTube because he was playing up the kids and some of the things on the YouTube. They did the whole 6'7" thing. That was a running joke all night long.
Oh my god!
Because there was a little kid in there that had a football jersey on it that was number 67. So he brought him out on the floor. So anyway, that was a thing. So I was like, hey man, it was fantastic seeing you guys tonight. I said you watch a lot of YouTube when you're out there on the bus. Look up the DHC Sports Show. Check us out. And he's like, "What's your name?" I told him my name. He's like, "All right, I'll check you out." So hopefully, Thunder will be watching us at some point here soon. We'll see if we can figure that out. But it was great. Our friends that went with us, their little boy Eli, we're sitting there, and this guy comes up, and he looked, and his dad, Eli's dad, Mike, thought the guy was trying to get down the aisle, and no, he bent down. He's like, "Hey, can we borrow your son for a few minutes?" And I was like, "What?" So they got Eli and like 3 other kids, brought him down there to the court, had him on the courtside seats, and he was sitting down there talking to him. One of the Washington Generals players is coming over there and sitting with the kids and talking. I'm like, okay, I think they're going to let these kids play like 4 of the 5 positions against the Globetrotters or something. No, the girl that does the dribbling drills, they're like, she comes out there, she's doing all her little stuff at center court. And they're like, which one of you can go get the ball from her? So they just all go running out there. She starts running around with her dribbling skills, and you got 4 kids about 11 years old trying to steal the ball from this girl. It was hilarious.
That's amazing.
They eventually tackled her and took the ball.
Hey, listen, you get it by any means necessary.
So it was fun. I mean, if you get a chance, this was the first night of the tour, actually.
Really? Started with you guys?
It started with us. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, they picked a little out of the way place to kind of work the kinks out, maybe. I don't know. It wasn't a huge crowd, which was disappointing for me. It's always disappointing in my hometown when people don't show out on a Friday night for the Globetrotters. It's like, come on. I know I haven't gone to see them in years, and that's on me. And maybe that's the same with these other people. They're like, I don't know about the Globetrotters. Get out there and see the Globetrotters. If they come to your town,
go there and see them.
Go. Yeah. Mia would love it. I think she really would. I don't know if she likes sports, but she would love the and I'll say this. I know you got your issues with the bananas, and everybody always talks about the bananas being
no. I know what you mean. I know. Yeah.
But the bananas have taken the entertainment part of it to a whole other level. I mean, there's some downtime. I even told the people we were with, I was like, they should have the players that are on the bench up in the crowd when they're not playing, kind of like the Bananas do. They could tweak it a little bit. So, but they do their thing, and it's fantastic. The entertainment's great. The basketball's great. And I really thought, the Generals never win. They have, I meant to look it up, but the Generals have won in the past. But they were down like 20 points at one point, and of course, they come back.
Of course, against the General, right?
It gets to be a tie game. I'm like, oh man, Generals are gonna like drop a bucket here. The Generals had a white boy on that team that was shooting 4-pointers because they got a line that's like 13 feet behind the 3-point line. That's 4 points. Dude was nailing 4-pointer. It looked like Steph Curry out there just throwing up haymakers and dropping them, and it was really good. So they go to overtime, and their overtime rule is the first team to score wins. Well, they get the ball, and Thunder's at the opposite 3-point line, and he's shooting to his basket at the other end of the court. And I'm like, you either make it or you don't. If you don't make it, the overtime keeps going. He went underhand, flipped it up there, and nailed it. Just swoosh. I was like, holy crap. He just nailed that shot to win the game for the Globetrotters from the other end of the court. It's not like you can rig that. You either make the shot or you don't.
Oh, you don't.
I saw him doing half-court hook shots at the beginning, like warm-ups, to try and get ready, and he wasn't hitting any of them. And he attempted a couple of them during the game and didn't hit them. Like I said, they were working the kinks out. So if you get out there and see the Globetrotters are coming to town, go
absolutely
go watch
should. Definitely, support those kind of things.
We had that, and then like Saturday, we our friend that went to the game with us, he's a councilman in Irmo. He was in the first ever Irmo Town Parade, Christmas parade that they did. They decided to start doing one, and so I pulled my little trailer with some inflatables on it, and he rode in the back, kind of waved to everybody. So that was kind of cool. Rhonda and I got to ride in the parade itself. So
that's awesome, dude. Congratulations on that. Yep. There was a parade here. The problem was that we weren't going out. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this weather, and it was just like we felt like we were dying. Like it's just not going to happen today.
So. Well, and so Panthers were off this weekend, so I didn't really. I followed the NFL obviously, but I just no.
There was no Panthers need for you to stay. Yeah.
College was down to the championship games, which Duke played in the ACC championship. They should have never.
That was Friday.
There. Yeah, that was So it's like this is one of those things where it's like, man, sports is kind of winding down for the year right here. So at least for us, as far as Carolina sports go,
DHC hoodies.
Yeah, Phil, we got a few.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's just jump right in, okay? Because congratulations to Duke Blue Devils, right? They won the ACC championship. Like, listen, they weren't supposed to be in there. We both said it already. Like, listen, as far as us being here in the Carolinas, we agree it was not supposed to be Duke. It should have not been Duke, but whatever. It is what it is. It was already been decided by the powers that be. So we were like, all right, Virginia got this because they were the better team all year. Simple as that.
You're 7-5 ACC champion Duke.
Manny Diaz was like, home a beer. Right.
I still think it's funny the narrative that Miami fired him. And he bounced around a couple of places, but he got an ACC championship before the Hurricanes did after they fired him.
Right, because I think he got fired, and then he went to Penn State.
Yeah.
To be either their DC or OC.
Yeah.
And then got the job at Duke. Right. And then, my dude looked like Jack, like he was, with big hoodies, like, growing the hair, the beard and everything. I'm like, this dude looks like a mountain man up in here, bro. Like, I'm like, what is going on with Diaz?
Yeah, those were some nice hoodies they had, just nice clean black with the Duke on it.
Yep. So I appreciate you know me, I always appreciate a good hoodie. And so
same here. Got my Checkers hoodie on.
I know, I see that. I got a sweater and my shirt, so I'm with you today. So all right. But we're like, okay, obviously if Virginia wins the ACC, they may have a chance to make the college football playoff. If Duke wins the championship, no chance they make the playoff. I think it was pretty much a given at that point.
Yep.
The the Big Ten championship was actually a pretty good game. It was back and forth. Those are really good teams. Like, I would not be surprised if those two teams meet each other in the championship. I'm not gonna lie. So the fact that let's start with that. The college football playoff bracket came out at noon, right before the NFL started, and we were just talking off air about the NCAA was like, man, we're about to take away a Sunday away from the NFL, which they did.
Yep.
Because if you really look at it, the NFL really did not have a lot of good, compelling games going on. And the NCAA was like, this is our turn.
Yep.
And they released the college football playoff bracket. And boy, oh boy, was there some controversy.
Right from the start.
Right from the get-go. Let me tell you, the first top three, no issues, none whatsoever, right? Actually, the four, right, with Texas Tech being number 4, no issues. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. We're good, Excuse me. So you have number 1 Indiana. They won the Big Ten. They won, you know what I mean? I think it's more of a Ohio State should have. That kick at the end really messed them up, right? That missed cheap shot, because that could have potentially put them into overtime, and then whatever.
Yep.
It is what it is. It's over with. Then you got number 2 Ohio State, number 3 Georgia Bulldogs, and then number 4 Texas Tech. Okay. We're good so far. You know what I mean? Doing the announcements, I'm like, all right, cool. No big deal. Number 5, Oregon. Again, no issues. They've been a pretty good team all year long. Number 6, Ole Miss. All right, cool. They were number 7 last week, number 6 this week. Okay, cool. Then this is when it starts to get a little like, all right, here we go. Number 7, Texas A&M. They've been good all year, right? I mean, no issues there. All right, here we go. Unrated Oklahoma, and then is all hell breaks loose here. They put Alabama at 9. And you and me, we both agree. Alabama has no business being in the college football playoff.
None whatsoever.
None. I'm sorry. If you're an SEC fan and if you're an Alabama fan, don't at me. You can say whatever you want. I'm going to tell you that they do not belong in the college football playoffs. They don't. They just don't. They're a 3-loss team. They're the only 3-loss team there. And I don't want to hear it about the strength of schedule. The SEC hasn't been that good this year. So let's not get the like, oh, they're good. Okay. It's just because the SEC, the Big Ten, the ESPN, all of these people, they wanted a lot of SEC teams in there. They wanted Alabama in there because they have one of the biggest following. That is as simple as that. Like, there's no ifs or buts about it.
And this is the thing, the committee, if you go back and look at some of the decisions they made the last couple of years, that's a future. That's a decision for the future, is what that is.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that there's 2 messages they sent with this. We'll get to the other one in a minute, but
yeah, that was
this was the first message that they sent. You have a strong schedule. You play in your conference championship and lose, and you have 3 losses, you still have a chance to make the playoff. This was a decision of hope for all teams in all conferences. You can still make the playoff even with 3 losses if you have a good schedule and you play for a championship.
Yeah.
And that everything I just said not only is directed at everybody in all these conferences, it was based on the other decision. That was a direct
that we're about to get into here.
We're about to get into.
Oh, it's a massive. Yeah, exactly. Number 9 again, Alabama. We agree they don't belong. And that's when you're like, all right. Then you get, so here's the other decision that they made. Last week, and let's get a little bit of background. Last week they put Notre Dame ahead of Miami. Now, mind you, they did this again. The college football player has done this twice, where they have put one team ahead of the other one week, and then the next week they move them up right at the college football playoff. They did this with Ohio State. Okay, I know that I'm from Ohio. Like, this happened. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Miami was behind Notre Dame in last week.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they go in, and then this week they put Miami ahead of Notre Dame, where they were both idle. They both didn't play. Now, and you have me have said this. One of the faults of Notre Dame is they're an independent team. They don't play in a conference, and I think this is the message that you're talking about. Is
yes,
because you're not part of a conference, you get to lose out on this stuff.
Right, and the flip flop. This again, it goes back to the playoff committee every year, even with the first poll of the season and everything. They play a chess match with college football. Because a lot of people are like, man, why they got this? Even in the earlier polls, why is that team there? Why is that team ranked so high right there? They are planning moves ahead.
They're playing chess.
Yeah. They are. They rank some teams higher than they should be in cases because they see the upcoming schedule and you can't just rank everybody and have no movement, because if you have no movement, you have no conversation. If you have no conversation, nobody cares.
Absolutely.
So all of it is to create conversation. And that's, again, what you're talking about here is they had Notre Dame ahead of Miami because what does that do? It creates conversation. It creates all the talking heads. Oh, look, Notre Dame's ahead of Miami. Notre Dame is probably getting in, gets their hopes up just so that they have the flexibility to turn around and change the narrative. And that's what they do with everybody's emotions and everybody's team. It's like you don't have control of anything unless you're one of those top 3 or 4 teams. You don't have control.
Phil, 110%.
Yeah, exactly, Phil. You're right.
The FCS had this figured out 40 years ago.
Yep.
And that is the best playoff system there is. It's the FCS.
Yep.
If you guys don't know, turn in tonight. We'll talk about the FCS playoff brackets because it is absolutely one of the best systems there is.
Yep. And I'll save my conversation about FCS for tonight as well.
Yeah. So they put number 10 Miami, right? And then you move up and you're like, all right, what else we got going on? Oh, by the way, Tulane, who won the American, I believe you had the American.
Yeah.
And then James Madison, who won their conference.
Yeah.
Two things, and I've seen this from a lot of other people. Like, oh, look, James Madison, Tulane, they don't belong in the college football playoff. Why?
They do.
Why?
The whole system is set up so that teams like that can get in. They typically try to keep them out because everybody's like, oh, we need. Even Greg Sankey, an SEC commissioner, oh, we should have 7 SEC teams in there. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Shut the fuck up.
You shouldn't even have 5.
You shouldn't.
So,
and so, again, I'm sorry for Notre Dame. I'm so sorry that you got left out of the college football playoffs. I'm sorry. You should have been in the college football playoffs. Alabama should have been out and playing in a different Holiday Bowl game. It's what the majority of everybody is thinking right now today. Here's my issue. Because you decided that, because you are so upset that you did not make the playoffs, you took it upon yourself to remove yourself from consideration from any other bowl game. And I think that's where my issue is with Notre Dame at this point.
Right.
That's I don't like how this game is going, so I'm going to take my ball and no one's going to play.
Right.
That's so cowardly of them.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I don't want ESPN to profit off of us playing in a crappy bowl. They were going to play in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Pop-Tarts Bowl is the most popular bowl there is right now.
You know how much
in a dying bowl scenario, the Pop-Tarts Bowl and the Duke's Mayo Bowl have
been one of the most fun bowl games.
They are the TikTok bowls of the world today.
And you're telling me that you're not going to be part of it because you decided that you belong in the
right.
college football playoff?
You want to show that you belong? Go play in the Pop-Tarts Bowl and beat
the living Jesus out of them.
Yeah, you're going to play Texas. Like Notre Dame, Texas in the Pop-Tarts Bowl is a must-see. And if you beat them, you can still say, hey, we should have been in the playoff, and here's why. We went out and beat an SEC team. No, they're like, we're good. We'll keep. We don't need the money. We'll keep what money we would get to ourselves.
That's what they were trying to do, right? Because they were trying to put these teams together in a ball game. By the way, the Pop-Tarts Bowl, Texas and BYU.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I hope this is again. I got nothing personal against Texas. I don't think Texas was. I called them posers on one of the other shows a few weeks ago, and I didn't
disagree.
Well, it's just one of those things. Like they started out good. They didn't. Again, they're now in the SEC. They don't play some of the best SEC teams, and they struggled. But I mean, in the end, they actually ended up having a pretty good season. So in fairness to them, I should have backed off on that. Anyway, but the eye test with Texas has been all season long that they're not one of the best teams in the SEC. They're not that good.
No,
they
I don't
keep finding a way to win, and I hate to say it, but I hope BYU boat races them because BYU had a shot at the playoffs, and if they go in there and have a better showing or they win their conference championship, then they're in. So and
that's going to happen on Tuesday night. Just wait, you guys need to come on watch on Tuesday night because we're about to have this conversation with a friend of ours who is a massive Notre Dame fan. And then because as it stands right now, this college football playoff rankings, my issues is Alabama does not belong. Okay. Yeah. They should have swapped Alabama and Notre Dame. It's as simple. That's it. Yeah. That's, you know what I mean? The rest I'm okay with. Even Miami, I'm okay with. Miami over Notre Dame, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, because Miami got screwed about the whole ACC championship, whatever their calculations and management of who got into the championship game is beyond me. Because I mean, Georgia Tech beat Duke head to head. I don't understand why that didn't trump anything first, but it didn't. So if nothing else, Georgia Tech should have played Virginia, but Miami was just kind of in that weird situation with the conference schedule that they didn't win any of the tiebreakers because of the teams that they actually did lose to finished tied with them. So, but they got the benefit of Duke getting in, beating Virginia. So that kind of like cleared a spot. And, again, people don't like this argument and they don't see my point a lot of times, but the ACC is more competitive within itself to me than a lot of these other conferences.
Yeah.
And when I say competitive, I don't mean better. I'm not saying, oh, well, we're better because to me, it's a tougher conference because you have so many more teams that finish with 2 or 3 losses. Mm-hmm. You get 6 teams in the SEC with 1 loss. And usually their 1 losses to each other in the top 15. Yeah. So it's a quality loss. And that's why they have so many teams at the top. They overrank them and they only have 1 loss against each other because they don't lose to the I mean, the games that Miami lost, they shouldn't have lost in the conference, but they did because anybody in the ACC can beat anybody at any time.
Agreed. There's some really interesting bowl games.
I will say this. I think with all the teams opting out, well, let me just ask you the question. Where do you see the bowls as a whole in 5 years? You think it's still going like it is and it's just going to still be a mess? Or you think there's going to be a lot less bowls?
There'll be a lot less. There'll be a lot less.
There's not going to ever be no bowls, but
there'll be a lot less.
Yeah.
Because listen, what Notre Dame did and these other schools did is one is egregious, and they should be fined a lot more than $500,000 for bowing out on a college football ball game. Because I saw a report that we're getting fined $500,000. Bro, that's for a big college program. That's nothing. If you want to really hurt them, find them millions of dollars.
Yeah, find them $5 million, not
and see how that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Take away some NIL. Let's see how that goes.
And this was I'd like to look more into this before I really complain about this. But one of the things I saw about the fact that Notre Dame was left out was the ACC representative in the playoffs gets $4 million, and of course that's shared revenue wise through the conference. the way I read it is every team that makes the playoff gets $4 million. So does that mean that like the SEC is getting $20 million? Very good, Terry. Yeah, well, some of his lack of wellness, Terry, might be our fault because we kept poking him.
Oh, I did. I did it on purpose.
Yeah, we were the thorns of the rose bush he was walking through. So, yeah, we were giving it to him a little bit.
And Phil, I think this is a great idea.
Yeah.
You bow out because you're upset. You're sad that you got put away from the college football playoff. Like you decided that they weren't going to play. You weren't going to play this year. Next year, if you don't want to play in the bowl game, okay, cool. You're not in any bowl game next year or in the college football playoff.
Yeah, I mean, I could see so this is a scenario. You're allowed to opt out if your coach leaves.
Yep.
If you have a losing record.
Yep.
If you don't have those two things, you should not be allowed to opt out, or correct. You will not participate the next season.
Agreed. And a lot of people are killing Notre Dame today.
Oh, yeah. And they don't care, but they will care. They don't now, but they will eventually.
Now you just became the villain. Yeah. You went from being the one that's like, like the victim here. Like, yeah, man, we feel bad for you. Yeah, you got screwed, dude.
Yeah.
You absolutely did get screwed. Now you're like, oh, now you're just being petty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, now you're just like, come on now, bro. Like, please. So I have no respect. I lost some respect for Notre Dame when they bowed out of their bowl game because these bowl games should have been fun for them. You know what I mean? Should have been something that could have been like, hey, man, this is going to be something cool, right? Because
I mean, it's a chance for you to work with your players for another 3 to 4 weeks. And it's like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're like, no, we're good. We're just going to go ahead and start working on next season. And our players, they don't need a trip anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got some interesting bowl games here. The Boca Raton, the New Orleans Bowl. Even if you go all the way down to like the New Year's Bowls, right? The Citrus Bowl. The Citrus Bowl is going to be a good one. You got Michigan, Texas, right? Then hell, even the Sun Bowl. Which is Arizona State Duke, the ReliaQuest Bowl, even Vandy, who has a bigger gripe that to say, hey man, we should have made it. They're like, you know what, we'll go play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even some of these kind of middle of the road bowls. This is one I didn't even think about this till I just was scrolling through. Friday, December 19th in Conway, South Carolina, down here near Myrtle Beach. Kennesaw State and Western Michigan. That's going to be a damn good game.
Absolutely.
I'm like, crap, maybe I should go down there and see that bowl game just to go to it. I mean, that would be a fun game to go to.
The Duke's Mayo Bowl, Wake Forest, Mississippi State. Come on now, man. Liberty Bowl. The Armed Forces, like even the Pinstripe Bowl. Look, it's a Pinstripe Bowl. Penn State.
I told Rhonda, it's like my Tigers are playing in Yankee Stadium. I mean, you can't script that in. I know, and I'm a Yankees fan, and it's like, oh my God, I want to, and we're playing Penn State. I've got a buddy of mine who is a huge Eagles fan who lives here, and he's a huge Penn State fan. And almost every time the Eagles come to the Panthers, we go to the game.
Yeah,
because it's a chance for him to see his Eagles play without having to go to Philly. And I mean, everything is screaming, go to that game, Donnie.
Exactly.
I'm like, man, I want to go so bad.
My respect for Notre Dame fell through as soon as they said we out.
Yeah.
And I get it. Listen, you have a losing record. All right, we get it. You don't want to go because technically you haven't earned it. No issues there. I got you. You just lost your head coach and your coaching staff, and now you got to read. Okay, yeah, that could affect it. Okay, cool. No problem. Right.
Oh, by the way, I said in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame would have played Texas. I think that's kind of what they were trying to shape it up. But it's BYU and Georgia Tech, or maybe they would have played Georgia Tech. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was supposed to be them in Texas, but maybe I misread that somewhere. Yeah, because Texas is playing the Citrus Bowl against Michigan.
Right.
I think I looked at that wrong. They would have played Georgia Tech, which would have been a really good game between Georgia Tech and Notre Dame.
Well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So listen, I'm just angry at the fact that like we should not be having a conversation about the fact that Notre Dame is we should be having a conversation about Notre Dame missing the college football playoff, and we should not be having a conversation about Notre Dame because they got so upset that they weren't included into the party, right? They weren't invited to the party that they're now uninviting themselves to everything else for the rest of the year.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Again, my analogy is they're like the rich kid in town. It reminds me of an old Andy Griffith episode. Again, I'm old, so
yeah, you are.
But you got the new kid in town with the nice shiny bike, and he's going to ride his bike on the sidewalk. And finally, Barney and Andy take the bike away, and his dad's like, "Oh, come on, he's just a kid. Give him his bike back." And they're like, "You need to take that kid out behind the woodshed if you want to borrow him a belt, okay?" Because the kid just throws a tantrum every time he doesn't get his way, and that's what Notre Dame's doing. They're not getting their way. They're throwing a tantrum. College Playoff Committee needs to take them out behind the woodshed for a little bit and take care of business, get them straightened out. So,
and I hope they see. Listen, I will always give you shit for you being a Clemson fan just because it's fun and not because I don't hate it. Like, but listen,
by the way, I didn't talk about my hat, but
yeah, I saw that the college football playoff hat. The Clemson one, yeah. I figured it was, you're wearing it because of something, right?
This is one of my favorite hats. Just I love it because it has the college football playoff logo on it, period.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got this when we played in the first one.
So this is going to be interesting because there's going to be some interesting bowl games coming up. All right. I'll touch up on this really quick because I don't want to talk about it because it's just been bad. Last night, the Hurricanes got their asses handed to them. The Sharks lost 4-1. Beat the Hurricanes 4-1. It was just not good. They were not in this game at all.
They didn't have a good week. They were 1-2 over the week since the last show as well. So they've dropped to second place in the division. Behind the Capitals. Actually, I was like, where'd the Capitals come from? I mean, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Devils. I'm like, oh God, the Devils like started off on fire this year. They're down there with your Columbus Blue Jackets. The bottom of the division.
Don't call my Columbus Blue Jackets. Don't do that. No. Listen,
you gonna talk about my Clemson Tigers. I'm gonna talk about your Ohio team.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
No, I'm just messing with you. Which, by the way, when I was working in Ohio, I got at one like TJ Maxx, one of those. I came across a Columbus Blue Jackets hoodie. I love that hoodie and I love that logo, even though I could care less about the team.
The Cannon one.
No, it's that same star logo, the swirl star logo that they have.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
I wish it was the Cannon. It's still it's just a cool looking hoodie. It's just navy blue. Doesn't say Blue Jackets on it. It just has the logo on it.
Yeah,
it's a stitched logo. It's not a printed one.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one too. That's a nice one. Go ahead.
I was just saying. They went 1-2 over the week, and then my Checkers in AHL, they split this past weekend against the Toronto Marlies. I'm sorry, against the Americans. I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong one. They split. They lost Friday night 6-3, and then they won in overtime 4-3 on Saturday. So got
you
2
were
games.
Supposed to go to the Checkers, weren't you?
I had talked about it this coming Wednesday, which they're Tuesday night and Wednesday night. They're hosting your Cleveland Monsters.
Yep.
I'll give you the Monsters on that one. And I really want to go see that Wednesday game, but I don't know. We've got so much going on. It's a midweek game. I don't know if Rhonda's going to be up for driving up on a Wednesday night. So I may not make it to that game, but I was hoping to try and see Cleveland play while they were down here.
Yeah. It might be a little too much for you.
I've got to work in Charlotte all day Tuesday. I'm going to be. It's one of those jobs that's going to take me almost all day. Which I would love to just go to the game after I'm finished working, but then Rhonda will be like, "What about me?" And I don't want to go to the hockey game without her because she has so much fun. The hockey's her thing too. I mean, she She absolutely loves Checkers.
And you guys just recently, in the last couple of years, have gotten into hockey, haven't you?
Oh yeah, when Greasy Keys got us those free tickets for that opening night, she was hooked right away. I mean, she was
hockey is fun, dude.
Yeah, and we do 8 to 10 games every year now. So our next game, actually, we're scheduled to go to is Sunday the 21st, right before Christmas. We actually had Saturday and Sunday tickets, but her family's doing our Christmas get together on that Saturday. So that was what I was going to do. I was going to flip that Saturday, December 20th ticket to this Wednesday and go. But I'll probably just flip it to a game in January, because they've got a boatload of games in January, and we're actually going on the 17th. We're going to be doing something really cool on the 17th at the Checkers game, but I'm not going to say anything about it now. I'm going to wait and surprise you and everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be dropping the puck?
I'm not going to tell you. We got something fun planned.
All right, cool. I like it. I like that. I like that. Anything else, man? Because there's really not a whole lot going on in the Carolina sports. Shout out to Furman Soccer.
I was just getting ready to say I was going to pull this up. So there's two teams from the Carolinas in the semifinal. So Furman is going to be playing Washington at 6:00 on the 12th, and North Carolina State.
NC State, baby. Wolfpack.
NC State Wolfpack is in the other game against St. Louis that night at 8:30. So, potentially we could have an all Carolinas NCAA soccer championship between Furman and NC State, which would absolutely be a cool thing.
That would be something. Yeah. I like that.
Yep. Purple on purple. That's right. Washington and Furman. So, I don't.
Purple and purple crime. I don't know, man. Phil, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm assuming these are all. I think they're all played at the schools, the highest ranked schools, maybe.
So Furman travels to Washington.
I believe so. And if it holds true and they were to both win, NC State would host Furman in Raleigh.
Ooh.
Might have to drive up to Raleigh for that if that makes it to reality.
I want to talk about an NFL game really quick here.
Yep.
And the reason for this is because of playoff implication, division implication, and that is the NFC South, right? We both know that the Carolina Panthers, they were idle this week, which it kind of ended up being a good thing for them.
Yeah.
Because we both thought, and I don't know about you, but I thought that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to beat the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints is wow. Wait, they're here in Cary?
Oh, the Final Four is in Cary this weekend. Furman and Washington is this okay. Dang.
Ooh. I might have to let me see what I can do, because that's 20 minutes, 30 minutes from me.
Dude, I can't come up on Friday. We got something planned Friday with Rhonda's aunt. If they get to the so Monday night the 15th is when the final would be played. So, well, hey, if the finals are there in Cary as well, which sounds like they are, if Furman gets into the final on Monday, might have to do the Break Even Sports Show on Monday night from
that will be
soccer
cool,
game. That would be kind of cool.
That will be kind of cool. But anyways, listen, Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost yesterday. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because right now, both the Carolina Panthers. So I'll read this to you. I'm looking at the standings right now. It's still Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 1, number 2, Carolina Panthers. And then both the Falcons and the New Orleans Saints have been eliminated from the playoff, right?
Yep.
So they cannot win the division. They cannot go into the playoffs. That's it. They're done.
Yep.
Carolina Panthers have an interesting road ahead of them, right? Like, I mean, if
they played the Bucs twice.
That's what I'm saying. This is where now it's about to start to get some very interesting, because their next game is against the Saints. Then they play against the Bucs at home. Then they play the Seattle Seahawks, and then they finish the season at the Buccaneers. So this division is about to literally go down to the last game of the season.
Yeah. And the Bucs, they've got the Falcons, the Dolphins as their other 2 games. They should win the Falcons game. They probably
they should have won last night.
True.
Yesterday.
But going forward, they should beat the Falcons, and they potentially could beat the Dolphins. That's going to be a tougher game. That weekend will be, to me, depending on what happens between the Panthers and the Bucks in that first matchup.
Have a good one, Phil.
That weekend, the Dolphins would be playing the Bucks, and the Panthers would be playing the Seahawks the same weekend. So,
my God,
whoever wins their game that weekend, that could be the tipping point. So,
this playoff, like right now, my God.
See you, Phil.
NFC, Carolina Panthers, they are still technically alive. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys have a 6% chance of making the playoffs. Carolina has a higher percentage at 30%.
Oh, yeah. Whoever wins this division is going to the playoffs, and that's the only team in this division that's going to go is whoever wins it.
Yeah. So I mean,
unless they can't. Well, they play each other. So if they split,
they'll beat each other up. Yeah, maybe they split it. But listen, I absolutely love the fact that this year we have some different teams at the top of the playoff picture, right?
Yeah.
You got, if you look at the AFC, you got New England, Denver, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Houston, Pittsburgh, and then you have the Chargers and Indy, the Colts at all above 50% chance of making the playoffs. After that, Baltimore 29, Kansas City Chiefs at 14%. It makes me so happy.
Well, I think the Colts are done with Daniel Jones going down with Achilles injury.
I feel so bad for them.
I think they're just going to fade away. Texans looked really good last night.
So they could surge.
Yep. And the Steelers, for all of their turmoil,
the only reason the Steelers are making it if they did win the division. The AFC North is an absolutely atrocious division this year.
Exactly.
They're bad. So I get that. So then if you go to the NFC, you got the LA Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions. Those are the ones that are all above 50% chance of making it.
Yep.
And then after that is Carolina at 30%.
Yep. Yeah, the NFC West is deep because you got the Rams and Seahawks at 10-3 each. Yep. 49ers at 9-4. I mean, you got three teams in that one division that could all make the playoffs because you're only going to get one out of the South. You're only going to get one out of the East.
Correct.
So
you could potentially get from the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers. Donnie bashing his Colts. No, buddy, we want the Colts to win, man. We want the Colts to make the playoffs, but it's just like.
I think I was quoting a "Woe is me" Patrick text yesterday.
110%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wasn't bashing. I was passing along facts.
Exactly.
Journalism, Patrick. It's called journalism.
And so, it's sad to see. Like I said, it's sad to see the Colts not make it. It's just, it makes me sad.
They had such a good year going, and Daniel Jones with a resurgence in his career. I mean, then you got to go back to, and it's unfortunate because it was a non-contact injury, but how many times when you have one thing happening with you physically, does it cause something more catastrophic? Should he have even been playing with the break in his leg? I mean, yeah, sure, you can go. That doesn't mean you should.
Does that mean you should? I was going to say, does that mean but they were in a playoff push.
Sure, and you do it as a player.
They were in a divisional push.
Yeah, you do everything you can to make it happen, and unfortunately, he just kind of ruined part of next season already too. So,
agreed.
Yeah.
And so, right now, the AFC has 4 teams that have been eliminated, including my own team, the Cleveland Browns. The NFC has 5 teams eliminated. And those are the NFC is the Atlanta Falcons, Arizona Cardinals, the Saints, the Commanders, and the New York Giants. In the AFC, it is the Titans, Raiders, Browns, Jets.
Yep.
So, I'll say this. Shedeur Sanders looked good.
He did. Yep.
You know me, and I'm going to say this tomorrow night. I've been defending Kevin Stefanski this whole time until yesterday.
I didn't see the game, so what specifically happened yesterday?
Shedeur Sanders was playing out of his mind the whole time, and you were the on the 2-point conversion, right? This was to put you ahead. On the 2-point conversion, you put Shedeur Sanders on the bench instead of putting, because he has been your biggest threat this whole time. He's been your biggest threat the whole time against the Titans, and you're going to put them like I've been trying to defend all these bad decisions all year, and then I get to the point where I'm like, I can't keep defending stupid mistakes. Like stupid decisions, not mistakes, because these are not mistakes. These are deliberate. And you go on a podium and you're like, oh, it starts with me. It starts with me. Shut the fuck up already about it starts with me.
Every coach that says that all the time, it's like, well, when's it going to end with you? Like, when is it going to, like, when are you going to make the right decision so that it doesn't, the problems don't start with you? Because
fire the GM. Fire the GM.
Overthinking. That's it drives me insane when these coaches try to outthink or outsmart. Oh, we'll do this because they don't think we're going to do that. We'll put Shedeur Sanders on the bench, and that'll confuse them. They won't know.
Right.
No. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Shut the fuck up and just. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, if you've got something that's working, keep doing it until it's not working.
That was my whole thing. Like, come on, man. Like,
they try to pivot too soon.
Well, pivot.
I'm going to fake them out. We're going to fake them out and do this instead, and they won't know what hit them.
And they're trying to be the smartest person in the room. That was the problem. Like, come on, man. It's like, dude, you know better than that. You know better than that. You should not be putting him on the bench when you're trying to win a game.
Yep.
And Shedeur Sanders went off yesterday. He went off.
I mean, the longer you're working with the first team, the more playing time. Again, it's what they preach. The more reps you get, the better you're going to be.
What a concept.
Yeah. Imagine that. It's something so simple, and they don't stick to it. Just keep giving them the reps. You know?
It got me so angry, dude. Not actually, you know what? I shouldn't say it got me angry. I saw the score finally, and I was like, yeah, it tracks. It tracks. It tracks. So anyways, give me we're here almost at the end of the hour here, my friend. 2 minutes left. What are we looking for? What are you looking forward to this week? Carolina or anything related as far as like playoff is concerned?
I mean, main thing is what we talked about is the Panthers game coming up against the Saints because they cannot afford to lose that game like Tampa Bay did yesterday.
This is a must-win game.
It's a must-win. It's a must-win game because if you win this game and you beat Tampa the next weekend, you're in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat for the moment. And so the Panthers have got to do that. And
give me some hope because God sakes, I know the Browns has no hope. Gave me no hope.
Yep. I am also looking forward to this soccer matchup. I didn't realize this was in Cary and that it was going on this coming weekend. So that is definitely on my radar.
All of a sudden that was put on our radar because I'm not too far from here.
Right.
We'll see what kind of, finagling I can do to get in there. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I mean, we're still trying to get over this whole, flu. It has not been fun. Oh, I got to give you an update. Remember I told you that I have that cassette player?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right. So I bought a cassette. Okay. I bought Marley and the Wailers, Rastaman Vibration. Look at that. It's an actual cassette and everything.
Nice.
Right. However, the cassette player is actually defective.
Oh, man. So you don't want to mess the tape up either. So
I am not going to mess a good Bob Marley tape. Okay. I'm not messing on a good Bob Marley tape. So what I'm going to do is what any sensible, normal, rational person would do. Buy a whole new cassette player.
There you go.
Right? Because why not? Right? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to wait until after the holidays because I have been banned from buying anything for the holiday. So I'm looking forward to this soccer match. I am looking forward to the college football playoffs, see how this is going to start playing out now because we're about to start getting into these games. These games are played at the higher seeds home now for the college football playoff. What else?
Let me pull up the other thing. I was trying to find it here, and I got kind of sidetracked on what I was looking for. I went to the wrong one. Division II playoffs. Newberry College is still in it.
Alive.
They're still alive. This Saturday, they're in the Division II championship semifinal against Ferris State.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, Ferris State is 14-0. Newberry's 12-1. That's going to be a tough game. But I mean, hey, they're all tough games at this point. So they're going up to Michigan. Yeah. So if they can, they can win this one, they can get to the final. So
I believe Ferris State is the number 1 team in the country in Division II.
They are. But as we saw this weekend, John Carroll took down
Mount Union.
So anything's possible.
I saw that ending.
I did too. I was like, holy cow.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a stop right there. That was a stop. So fingers crossed that Newberry advances, and we'll have another South Carolina team to talk about going to a championship next Monday morning.
John Carroll University. Shout out to University Heights. John Carroll
and Berry College are in the quarterfinal of Division III. Let's see. The other Division II championship semifinal is Harding University in Kutztown. I love the name Kutztown. I don't know why. It just sounds funny. Yeah. But yeah, they're in Pennsylvania. So so Newberry, if they can get past Ferris State, would advance to play one of those 2 teams in the championship. So.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Guys, and tune in tonight at 8:30 p.m. We're going to be talking about anything and everything FCS Division II, the playoffs and everything, some soccer. At the very least, my 2 soccer teams were victorious this weekend, which is what I needed. I needed a win in somewhere because, my God, everything else, even my picks for last week were horrible. I did horrible in picks.
Oh, me too.
I would not be surprised if I finished last. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I took some flyers on some teams, and they didn't. They crash landed. They did not fly. So.
Same here. So we'll see that, and then tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the DSC Sports Show. We'll see how this is going. Tune in on Tuesday because it's going to be interesting on some of the things that's going to happen. So
somebody's going to be on fire. Let's see who it is.
And I promise you, I will be poking the bear.
We all will.
Because this is what we do.
Absolutely. It's content. Hashtag content. Another thing that he hates is hashtag content.
All I'm saying is when you dish it out, you have to be able to take it.
Absolutely.
Okay? And we're about to find out.
Yep.
All right, boys and girls, have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Go get your flu shot. Okay? Go get your flu shot. We'll see you guys.
Bye.